Currently, our handle increment method does not take any parameters. But sometimes in real-world applications, we need to pass arguments with our events. For example, let's imagine here we're dealing with a list of products in a shopping cart. When we click the handle increment button, we want to pass the ID of a product. How can we do this? Well, earlier you learned that in onClick, we need to pass a function reference. So here we cannot call handle increment and pass an argument like 1. We need to pass a function reference. So here's one solution. We can temporarily define another method here. Let's just call it doHandleIncrement for argument's sake. Now, similar to handle increment, we're going to use the arrow function syntax. So we have a function with no parameters. In this function, we can call this .handleIncrement with an argument. Let's say that argument is a product object with the ID 1. Now we can modify handle increment and add a parameter, call it E as in short for event, or product, whatever that parameter is representing. Now we can log this on the console. Okay, and finally, in our render method, instead of referencing this handle increment, we can reference this doHandleIncrement, right? Back in the browser, when I click the increment button, you can see our product object, which is the argument to the handle increment method. So this was one simple solution, but writing code like this is messy. We don't want to redefine another similar method as a wrapper just to pass an argument to the actual event handler. A better solution is to use an inline function here. So in onClick, instead of referencing this, the doHandleIncrement, we can simply pass this arrow function in between curly braces. So we write code like this. No parameters goes to this .handleIncrement, and then we pass an argument. Now, when rendering a list of products in a shopping cart, in our map method, we have access to a product object. So instead of hard coding this object here, we will pass a reference to the product that we're currently rendering. Okay? With this, we no longer need this helper method. So to recap, whenever you need to pass an argument, your event handlers simply pass an arrow function here. In the body of that function, call the event handler and pass an argument.